Step outside your comfort zone. We've all heard this advice countless times in our professional lives. But here's what most people don't tell you. Not all discomfort leads to growth, and blindly pushing yourself can be just as limiting as staying comfortable. The real question isn't whether you should leave your comfort zone. It's knowing exactly where and how to stretch yourself for maximum growth while staying true to who you are. Hello, this is Charlie from Career Factory. Welcome back. Today we're exploring a more nuanced approach to professional growth: strategic comfort zone expansion. Successful professionals don't randomly push themselves into uncomfortable situations. Instead, they identify specific boundaries to expand in ways that align with their authentic strengths and career goals. In the next few minutes, I'll share a practical framework for identifying your most valuable growth edges and expanding them deliberately, without trying to become someone you're not. Let's start by reframing how we think about comfort zones. Instead of one single boundary between comfortable and uncomfortable, imagine a map with multiple different edges. You might be completely at ease leading discussions in your area of expertise, but uncomfortable speaking up in meetings outside your domain. You might find one-on-one conversations energizing, but freeze up when presenting to large groups. Each of these boundaries represents a potential growth edge. The secret is identifying which ones, when expanded, would create the most value for your career, and which ones might not be worth the investment. Not all comfort zone expansions create equal returns. Public speaking might be uncomfortable for many people, but if your career path doesn't require presenting to large audiences, focusing on that skill might not be your best investment. Instead, identify the specific comfort boundaries that, when expanded, would most directly impact your effectiveness in your current role or progress toward your desired future. To identify your most valuable growth edges, consider these questions. First, which uncomfortable situations most directly relate to your career goals? If you aspire to lead cross-functional teams, expanding your comfort in navigating diverse perspectives might be particularly valuable. Second, which boundaries seem to consistently limit your effectiveness? Perhaps you notice you regularly avoid certain types of conversations or situations that would benefit your work. Third, which comfort boundaries align with feedback you've received? Often, others can see our limiting patterns more clearly than we can ourselves. Finally, which growth edges feel challenging but energizing rather than completely overwhelming? The most productive growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, not far beyond it. The ideal growth happens in what psychologists call optimal challenge, where you're stretched beyond comfort but not pushed into anxiety or panic. This sweet spot creates the conditions for both performance and learning. Once you've identified a high-value growth edge, here's a practical 3-step approach to expanding it. Step 1. Reframe the challenge. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to overcome, view it as information about where growth is possible. Normalize the discomfort as an expected part of expansion rather than a sign you're doing something wrong. Step 2. Create graduated exposure. Break the challenging situation into smaller, progressively more difficult steps. If speaking up more in meetings is your goal, you might start by asking one prepared question in a smaller meeting before working up to more spontaneous contributions in larger forums. Step 3. Focus on learning rather than performance. When we're outside our comfort zones, perfectionism becomes our enemy. Instead of expecting flawless execution, frame these experiences as deliberate practice, opportunities to gather data and improve incrementally. This approach creates a positive cycle. Each small step builds confidence for the next one, gradually expanding your comfort zone without triggering the counterproductive stress response that comes from pushing too far, too fast. Here's a crucial point that's often missed in discussions about comfort zones. The goal isn't to become someone else. It's to become a more capable version of yourself. Effective boundary expansion honors your authentic style while stretching your capabilities. An introvert becoming more comfortable with public speaking doesn't need to adopt an extrovert's presentation style. They can develop their own approach that feels authentic while still stretching their comfort boundaries. As you expand your comfort zone, continuously ask, how can I approach this challenge in a way that feels authentic to who I am? This question ensures you're growing in a sustainable direction, rather than trying to force yourself into a mold that doesn't fit. True growth enhances your authentic strengths rather than replacing them. Getting out of your comfort zone isn't about random acts of courage or forcing yourself into uncomfortable situations. It's about strategically expanding specific boundaries that align with your goals and authentic style. Successful professionals understand that growth happens at the edges, where challenge meets capability. By identifying your most valuable growth opportunities and approaching them with graduated exposure and a learning mindset, you expand your professional range while maintaining your authentic center. Remember, the goal isn't comfort or discomfort. The goal is growth that matters, expanding capabilities that create real value in your career while honoring who you truly are. This week, I challenge you to identify one specific professional comfort boundary that, when expanded, would create significant value for your career. Choose something that feels challenging but energizing, not overwhelming or panic-inducing. To help you map your comfort zones and design a strategic expansion plan, download the free Comfort Zone Mapping Worksheet from the link in the description. It will guide you through identifying your most valuable growth edges and creating a graduated approach to expanding them. For a deeper exploration of how strategic comfort zone expansion can accelerate your career development while maintaining authenticity, check out this book, Future-Proof: Build a Career That's You, where we also discuss many other aspects of creating a sustainable and fulfilling career path. If you found these insights helpful, hit subscribe for more authentic career development strategies. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.